So, Mr. Džozef, you said on the way here that you would like to introduce some of our experience to new Montenegrin Prime Minister Milojko Spajić. Why?
Because we see a remarkable country here that is so advanced in the way that new Prime Minister Spajić says he wants to take Montenegro. He's the name of his movement, Evropa Sad, Europe Now. He's talking about advancing Montenegro in digital sense and some other elements, even including possibly crypto. And it would be critical to learn from the most remarkable country when it comes to digital, perhaps in the world, and that is Estonia. And it's significant that here, despite all of their advances on digital, they are doing nothing and showing no interest whatsoever in crypto. They're staying away from that. In every other aspect, they have advanced digitally. Citizens can do almost everything online, and that has had a positive impact in the fight against corruption, which is extremely low.
Although his party name is Europe Sad, he have at least part of his party that actually talking Evropa Sad, but doing the Russia's propaganda. How do you think that we can, let's say, pass through that?
It's a very important question. I would say it was even surprising that Special Envoy of the United States to the Balkans, Gabriel Escobar, even he, who rarely makes these kind of comments, said it was very disappointing to have anti-Western elements in the government. That is virtually a quote from Gabriel Escobar, and he of course is right, because the fact that the President of Parliament in Montenegro, Andrija Mandić, his party and his positions have been against NATO, not supportive of, in the way that a NATO ally should be, of the NATO-supported effort of Ukraine against Russian aggression, and very close to Serbia, which is the #1 promoter of Russian narratives in the region, hosting Russia Today, hosting Sputnik, and proactively Belgrade creating this false notion that there's an alternative with Russia or China. So that is a legitimate question, and there has to be close watch on how the government actually performs and the role of Mr. Mandić in that.
Having in mind what we saw here for past few days, and that you are the experts for the Balkan, and everything what you meant in a previous answer, what are the lessons learned that you think can be applied for Montenegro and North Macedonia regarding the fighting back malign Russia influence?
The #1 lesson is know who are your friends and who are your enemies, and make no confusion about them. And that's why the previous question about the nature of the government and having this, what was called DF in the government, previously called DF, is such a concern. Why is Estonia such a success? Go to the border. Here, look one side of the border on Russia, one side on Estonia. Estonia, #1 now in education across Europe. Remarkable transformation. We see here in Tallinn such impressive in every respect, including even in architecture, economy, fight against corruption, digital. All why? Because this is a country that had no confusion about where its orientation was. It knows and understands what Russia is better than almost any country except its neighbors, Ukraine and others in the Baltics. It knows that Russia represents no future, has a model that is a complete failure, that offers nothing, and has committed 100% back in the 1990s to joining the West and transforming its whole approach. A dedication to rule of law, a dedication to transparency, and a cultural emphasis on against corruption, not tolerated here. So that's what we do not see in the Balkans. We see this continuing flirtation and some kind of attraction with Russia despite this blatant aggression against Ukraine.
Thank you.